Welcome back to a new video. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a really crazy theory for you today. How Yuno is going to catch up to Asta very shortly and in a fast amount of time in a way you will never expect. Some of you might call me crazy for this theory, but as always, I do have the evidence. So guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Recent videos are doing very good. Thank you so much for all your support. Hit the like button, subscribe, notifications on, and let's just jump straight into this video. Yuno's control over time. Alright, jumping straight into it. You might be calling me crazy, you might be calling me insane. Yuno controlling time? What are you talking about? There's not a chance in the world Yuno's going to control time. And guys, don't worry, I said that same thing to myself until I found the evidence. Back in the first two arcs of Black Clover, the dungeon exploration arc, when Asta's squad, Yuno, Mars, all of them met for the first ever time, and Mars was being controlled by the Diamond Kingdom. At that moment, they got into a fight. Asta defeated Mars, but at the very last second, Asta got heavily injured. And most of you don't know, but this is actually what Asta's scar is during the time skip, after the time skip, should I say, where he's got a scar in his stomach. We have seen this scar before other places, for example, when Asta was lying on the bed after he had drawn with language, but that's not really important. But Asta got fatally wounded. This is one of Asta's basically only scars in the series. Asta got very damaged. And in that moment, Mars managed to use Fauna's power once again to heal himself and literally go to kill Asta. Remember, Mars at this point was a bad guy because he was being controlled by the gem in his forehead. Anyway, he was about to kill Asta, and everyone said, I won't make it in time. Until suddenly, time stopped. The wind spirit Sylph, or as Yuno calls her, Belle, was summoned, and she attacked Mars, and Mars got obliterated. We all know how that arc ended. But one thing you didn't notice was that in that moment, Yuno's aspiration to save Asta stopped, or should I say, froze time. How is a wind magic user freezing time? What? Yuno don't have no time powers. All Yuno has is some insane level of mana. So how is he able to freeze time? And this is where we come into my theory. Now guys, before we jump into this theory, don't forget to absolutely obliterate that like button. Be sure to bang that like button, and let's just jump straight into the evidence. So Belle managed to stop time. Now you might just be saying, that's okay, that's what happens when a spirit comes with the user. Time stops for a second so they can get to know the spirit. Well, no, that's not what happens, because when Fuegoleon got the fire spirit, time didn't stop. Fuegoleon didn't go roll up on Randall and be like, what's up, motherfucker? You can't even move. Bang. No, that just didn't happen, you know? Time never stopped when Fuegoleon got the fire spirit. Time never stopped when Noelle got the water spirit like 3 or 2 chapters ago. So, what is going on? I believe Yuno approached the speed of light. Now, the interesting thing here is the speed of light is 299,792,458 miles per second. Whenever, now this is only a theory, but other anime support, and I'll get into that in a second, but when you approach the speed of light, time slows down. For those of you that are absolute degenerate weebs and have watched more than one anime, you might remember the anime Fire Force with Shinra. In Fire Force, Shinra has immense speed, using the fire on his feet to excel himself. Shinra's ignition ability grants him massively increased speed, allowing him to move at speeds comparable to jet plane and outmaneuver his opponents with relative ease. Now, using the Adela Burst, a little spoiler, Shinra Having the Adler burst, Shinra can temporarily empower the Adler's grace through an Adler link to a person who originates from Adler, or someone who is already graced. The connection of Adler burst is strengthened according to the intensity of his desire. Now, using his desire, remember, Yuno wanting to save Asta was his desire. Under grace, Shinra can enter a state of light speed, causing his body to split into subatomic particles in the process. The particles then surpass the speed of light. Now, the rest of this isn't very important, but what's important here is when you reach the speed of light, time slows down. Now, how fast does wind travel? Well, the fastest ever wind ever recorded in history is 253 miles per hour. Now, that is almost 299 million miles slower than the speed of light. But here's the interesting part. In real life, humans can actually achieve the speed of sound and break the sound barrier. That is when a sonic boom happens. A sound barrier or sonic barrier is the sudden increase in aerodynamic drag and other undesirable effects experienced by an aircraft or other objects when it approaches the speed of sound. So if humans can travel the speed of sound, which is 343 miles an hour, which is still relatively 299 miles slower than the speed of light, using jet engines, and then Shinra using magic or whatever they use in Fire Force, using jet propelled feet, can achieve the speed of sound, and the speed of light to go slower in time. Then, using magic, I believe Belle, when she woke up, had so much mana that she increased Yuno's speed in the wind. He made Yuno like so fast that Yuno was temporarily traveling at 299 million miles, 792,458 miles per second, allowing Yuno to pause time. Now, what does this mean? Well, when Yuno upgrades Belle, or even during the Xenon fight, when Belle continues to evolve, Yuno's going to be able to use Belle to move at the speed of light. Yuno can already travel really, really fast, like we saw when he traveled from Hajj Village all the way to the Golden Dawn base using massive wind pressure to push himself forward. So we already know Yuno is extraordinary fast. Now, what does this do? Well, this could be the way for Yuno to fully surpass Asta. Asta's power is anti-magic, but at the end of the day, Asta still needs to activate that anti-magic. If a fight between Yuno and Asta starts, and Yuno is able to go at the speed of light and stop time around him, Yuno will be able to obliterate Asta without Asta even taking a single step. I believe Yuno in future arcs, like he did during the dungeon, is going to have control over time. For the record, little side thing, Licht already did this, but there's not enough evidence, especially the only evidence that comes when Yuno said he's traveling way too fast, but we don't know how he did that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. What do you think of today's absolutely crazy theory? If you enjoyed it, thank you so much. If you didn't, tell me why in the comment section down below. I'll see you in the next video. Peace!